What's up, fanboys and fangirls? Welcome back to another episode of the What the Fanboy podcast. My name is Luke, and just like every week, I get to sit next to my friends and just be idiots. And I love it. Sitting next to me, Tyler Davis.
What's up? And to my right, which is still new for me,
you'll get used to it.
The Destiny-loving Brett Eitzen.
Yeah, I changed shirts. Sorry.
You play Destiny?
I do a little bit.
What is Destiny?
Is it good? I've always wondered if it's good.
They talk about it on split screen a lot.
It's a game you love or you hate.
Is it like Mario?
Sometimes you love to hate it.
Is it like Mario Kart?
You do have vehicles.
Can you race them?
Yeah.
Like on actual courses?
No.
Oh, okay.
What's the best thing to shoot at the other carts? Is there like a blue shell?
Ooh.
Lightning?
I would guess probably a rocket launcher.
There are these, if you're getting on a pike, the large pikes have these little like magnetic.
Is that a big fish?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like a big fish, and like you hit the bumper, and it like jolts you over to one side, and like out pops a little like bouncy grenade that goes boop boop, and it's magnetic, so it like if there's another vehicle nearby, it like tracks to it a little bit.
When you drift, does it go zzz?
No.
Little letters probably.
It does not do that.
All right. Sorry. Mario Kart and Destiny are very different apparently.
Destiny Racing coming in 2019. Can't wait.
They've had Sparrow Racing in the past as an event, but not
Yeah, I do remember that,
not in
actually.
Destiny 2.
They should bring it back.
I know they should. R.I.P.
Anyway, thanks for joining us.
Tangent number
Everybody.
1.
We're glad you're all here. You might have seen what we're talking about based on the toys in the description, so we're pretty excited.
I didn't get the memo. What are we talking about?
Destiny.
Oh, sweet.
That's why I was so confused by you changing your shirt.
I know. I'm sorry.
So stupid. You're not stupid. I mean, the idea. I'm not calling you stupid.
I am. You're stupid. No.
So, what have you guys been up to this week?
Things.
I know we've all
Just a
seen
couple
a couple
things.
movies.
Been doing some stuff.
Yeah.
Doing stuff. Luke, you go. You did stuff.
I'll go.
You did lots of stuff.
First, I think we all saw Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Loved
check out
it.
our video.
Yeah, we have a review
Yes.
on our YouTube page. Go check that out. And also go see that movie because it's incredible.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We didn't do that as a live episode just because December's so busy.
Yep.
And honestly, that one does deserve like its own video because that movie's so good.
Yep.
But I did that. Also, this weekend, Voltron Season 8 came out, and it finished, and what a finish. It's super epic, and it's super emotional. It's a really sad ending that I honestly didn't see coming, at least being the sad part.
Yeah.
I'll say it every time. Go watch Voltron. Dang it. That show is so good. It's 8 seasons. It's 13. It's probably like 50 to 60 20-minute episodes at the most.
That's pretty...
It's really good.
Yeah. That's not too bad.
I think it's the easiest thing to binge.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great thing to watch at grandma's house over Christmas break because grandma won't be like, what's this Game of Thrones thing you'll be watching? Why is everybody doing all that nasty stuff in that?
Why does your grandma sound like that?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
No.
Thought that was only in movies.
I know,
TV
right?
shows.
Oh, watch this cartoon you're watching, Sonny boy.
I see it has robots.
But yeah, it's so good. I'm so happy with how it ended. Best season is season 7. But yeah, go watch Voltron. Dang it. I'm going to say that every time Voltron comes up. Also, I'm still a week behind in Titans, but I watched episode 8, which was Hank and Dawn. It was good.
9. You watched 9.
I watched 9, whatever. Oh, yeah. And yeah, I'm just going to kind of reiterate what Tyler said last week. A horrible CGI that kills all emotion. Wow. Like, horrible.
What could have been such a good scene, too?
Yeah, it was bad. But good episode. Very dark episode. But it's good. And I think that's all I did. And I played Smash. I've like 55 characters unlocked.
You've been
Goodness.
putting in work. How many did you have last week when we talked about it? I think it was like
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12 maybe.
I seriously I'm playing it so hard because I want to stop unlocking characters just so I have them all.
What are you gonna do once you do that?
Probably play Zelda, and then if I'm up with people that want to play Smash, I'll have all the characters that we can play. But I have Zelda to play, and I have Red Dead that I still have to finish. So
A lot of games right now.
too many games. That's everything I did. What about you, Tyler? What you been up to?
So I also got Smash Bros. Because I wasn't going to get it after the episode last week. I was convinced that I kind of wanted it. Then Luke came over. Was it Saturday?
Yeah, that was before and after Aquaman.
Yeah. So before and after Aquaman, he came over and said. After Aquaman, we played Smash Bros. For like 2.5 hours straight.
I was at your house till like 1.
It was like 1:30 when you left. So we went hard in the paint. So I ended up getting it. I'm enjoying it. I think I've unlocked like 8 characters. I also saw Spider-Verse. So Aquaman. I went Christmas shopping for my family back home. And I watched episode 10 of Titans, which is the episode before the finale, because I'm on schedule. I'm like this goon over here watching Voltron and stuff. And it's pretty good. It was a good, I always feel like penultimate episodes are better than the finales actually are. It's been a lot of time developing Starfire, which was nice because she's not in that stupid outfit anymore.
Yes.
But she's also not in her comic accurate suit yet. But
She'll get there.
they show like her ship in the episode. And it is like one of the best sets that show has had so far.
Really?
Like it's really good.
That's awesome.
So I can't wait for you to see it and kind of, I think you'll be as blown away as I was when you say like, man, they actually pulled this off.
I need to catch up.
Yeah. And they finally revealed the villain. He finally showed up. So it was good. I look forward to the finale. I know the internet's in a firestorm over it, but I'm excited. I think it'll be good. Other than that, I just kind of chilled. I didn't really do a whole lot.
It's a lot like me. I didn't really do much. Saw some movies, which we've talked about. I did start a show on Netflix called Great News. It's pretty funny. I'm liking it a lot. I'm only a couple episodes in, but it's my kind of it's that Tina Fey kind of office comedy.
Okay.
So
I was going to say, is it like The Office?
No, it's more like 30 Rock.
Okay.
Is kind of the vibe I get from it. So, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I also played Call of Duty
Oh, yeah?
Friday night, and I got 3 blackout wins.
Attaboy.
Oh, if we're talking about games we played, let me tell you about this game I played. It's called Destiny.
All right, moving on. Some news came out this week.
I haven't heard about that.
You are the freaking Jason Schreier of our podcast. That dude talks about Destiny like every other week on his podcast.
I take that as a great compliment because
Dude,
Jason Schreier
awesome.
is awesome.
He's great. He's really grown on me. At first, I didn't know what he looked like, so I only heard his. It's weird.
You
No,
judge him.
but I'd only heard his
Okay,
voice.
okay, yeah.
And so I was like, what does this guy look like? So I looked him up. I'm like, oh, okay, it fits. Like, it
Yeah.
Because his voice is like really high pitched.
Yeah.
Like way higher pitched than I would have expected it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd always seen his name on articles. I'm like, oh, this dude's probably just a gangster. Like, sweet talks to these people into giving him scoops. I was listening to their podcast today. Sorry, just going down a rabbit hole here.
Yeah.
And he was talking to the guy who runs the Game Awards.
Jeff. Yeah.
They were on, and he was
My
like,
name's
yeah,
Jeff.
I knew about Far Cry New Dawn before Far Cry 5 came out. I just couldn't say anything. And I was like, what? Like, how do you have that scoop for that long and not even, like, hint at it?
Yeah.
Like, that's got to be so hard to do.
Yeah.
Contracts, man. They get you to do crazy things. Anyways, some news came out this week, quite a bit. Brett, why don't you kick us off?
Oh,
This looks dope.
wait, which one? My second story?
Well, both of them are dope, but the
So
second story looks
the first
awesome.
story, because that's the one that I really care about and I want to say. Scott Dickerson is coming back for Doctor Strange 2. Get excited, everyone.
I like Scott Derrickson on Twitter. He's one of like the best follows.
Yeah, for
He's
real.
just-
Like he is
He's just so real. Like,
Yeah.
he just tells it like it is, and I love that.
Just real talk.
I hope he doesn't quit Twitter because fans are mean.
Yeah.
Critics are like an issue with him.
With him. Yeah, well, he doesn't just take stuff. He
fights back.
he fires back pretty often.
It's awesome, too. Like, I respect him for that.
So.
That's awesome, though.
Yes. That's one of those, if there was one move the MCU could make that would just, like, have me on board for the next 3 years, it's that one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it means that they understand good storytelling and respect those creative, because he co-wrote the first one. Like, he didn't just direct it, he co-wrote it, and so they're bringing him back not just as a director but as a writer.
Mm-hmm.
And so he'll be able to really tell that story.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry,
So,
guys.
Yeah, that has me super pumped too, and it's just, honestly, my favorite part about that news is just that means Doctor Strange 2 is closer.
Yeah, it's actually
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Like, than just, well, eventually there's going to be a Doctor Strange 2. No, now it's like, yes, the director's coming back. They're finishing pre-production and all this stuff so they can move into production.
Yep.
I'll go.
Yes, do
So
it.
I just want to give a warning to Kingdom Hearts fans out there. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Kingdom Hearts 3 leaked.
Yeah, I heard
And
about
like
that.
people are leaking the story online. So like if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan and you're looking forward to that game, or if you're someone looking to dive into it for the first time, try to stay away from
Get out of there.
the Kingdom Hearts 3 story leaks that are going out and about. The publisher or their head studio guy had to come out and like apologize to the internet and was like, just a heads up, guys, there are spoilers out there, because I guess their review copies are probably out.
Oh, yeah.
Because it comes out in a little over a month, which it seems kind of early for a review copy, but somehow it's leaking, and
Yeah, who knows?
just be aware that there are spoilers out there for it already.
Just mute those words on Twitter.
Yeah. So
I'm going to go read it.
Yeah, I'll
You're
never
not-
play it, so.
I'm really looking forward to this one. I hope to have all my games beat by the time it comes out.
So, are you guys fans of Pixar?
Yes. Generally, their movies make me cry, so yeah.
Good. Well, they announced their next movie.
It made Chris Pratt cry.
It's called Onward, and it's about some elves and magic. I don't really remember, because I remember reading the synopsis for it, and I was like, that sounds really boring. But it's going to star Chris Pratt, Tom Holland, and that other lady who I can't remember her name.
Octavia Spencer.
No, the other one.
Oh.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah, her. It stars them.
That's a good cast.
Tom Holland's the lead, right?
I don't know.
I assume, because he was the one who announced it.
Do you have the synopsis there, Brett? Something about elves discovering magic or rediscovering magic. I don't know.
They're like looking for the last proof of magic in the universe or something.
The film takes place in a fantasy world, but a modern fantasy world. Magic used to exist, but it was too difficult to do. Unicorns are everywhere, but they're basically rodents. In this world, the unicorns eat trash like possums. Oh. Okay. Oh, this was last year at D23. That's what John Lasseter talked about the project. So that's not the
Unicorns
newest.
are possums.
It sounds like Bright.
Yeah, but animated. They're gonna be looking for the wand. Right.
Pixar makes good stuff usually, so I'm sure it'll be good. But I don't know. I'll have to wait for a trailer to really be excited for that. Anyway, what do you got next?
First images from the Dark Crystal prequel came out today or yesterday.
Did you see them?
Yeah, I thought they looked horrible.
What?
I thought they looked.
They
kinda
look
cool.
great.
I
What
thought
are you talking about?
I thought they looked creepy. I'm not watching that.
Well-
I haven't seen the original.
Okay, so
It's a prequel.
this is a Jim Henson project. So these are like puppets. This is not CGI. So if you go look at the images, they're not CGI. They're puppets, and then they'll obviously with today's technology they'll layer in
Some CGI.
some CGI. I don't know how much on the characters, but definitely background stuff like that. No, I mean, it's been a while since I've seen the Dark Crystal, and I don't remember loving it all that much, except for being amazed at the spectacle of it for what it was at the time.
I just want to see it for the voice cast. Like, it's insane.
And it's got a
It has like 40 A-list stars.
Yeah, like, it's ridiculous. So I'll probably check it out.
I saw the first puppet, though, and I was like, oh, gross. And I just kept scrolling. I thought it looked creepy and weird.
That's fair. Am I up?
Yep.
I'm up.
What do you got next?
The Doom Patrol pilot is done.
Yes.
I don't know why that's news this week, but that show comes out in like 3 months. So the guy who plays Cyborg is the one who said it. I'm thinking we're going to get a look at Cyborg by the end of the year.
Nice.
So excited about that. The Doom Patrol episode in DC Universe's Titans was really good. So I'm really looking forward to the show. I'm excited to hear it's progressing, and I can't wait to watch it.
Yep. I'm pumped too. I just want to see Robot Man again. And what's his name? Negative Man?
Negative Man. I just want a cooking show of Negative Man.
Yes.
Played by, like, with the AC/DC soundtrack. That's it. I would be so on board.
And then I want Robot Man to be in it as well, just wishing he could eat it the whole time.
Yeah.
Just be like, those onions?
How are the mashed potatoes?
What do they smell like? They smell like onions.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun, I think.
So Netflix, the woes continue for me in Netflix with their Marvel stuff.
You gonna cancel it?
No way. Heck no. But Punisher comes out in January, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Before
his cancellation.
Yeah.
It came out that Marvel can't use those characters for 2 years
Anywhere.
anywhere.
Yeah.
So that stinks. So we're not getting a Daredevil reboot on Disney Plus.
Not for 2 years at least.
Well, I'm pretty sure by that time nobody will even care about it.
Yeah.
And I'll still be angry, so I'll just throw a little hissy fit in the corner. Anyway, I'm really excited for Punisher, and that stinks that we can't see any of those characters. Because that means they won't be in Infinity War either.
Yeah.
Because that's what a lot of people... Or Endgame, or whatever.
Infinity War Part 2.
Part 2, yeah, really.
Because technically they are part of the MCU, but not really. They're supposed to be.
I think it's a clean line at this point. Like, there's no point in pretending like they are as much as you want them to be, or not you not you specifically. I'm saying as much as people want them to be. Like, it's just not how it is.
Yep.
Truth.
So
Truth, Mom.
I don't have any more stories. So.
Okay, I'll go. The DC Extended Universe has had a lot of news lately with movies and stuff being announced, but something that has kind of been going around is like people exiting.
Yep.
And Amy Adams made some comments last week that she thought she was done playing Lois Lane, and she's since backtracked and said that she doesn't actually think she's done. She hasn't talked to anybody, but she spent some time talking to Nicole Kidman, and I guess she thinks she's still in it in some capacity. I don't know. I'm so confused by all of it. But
if your actors are this confused, it means
the studios.
Yeah.
The studios. Yeah.
It's not a good look.
And then Momoa backtracked his Henry
Yeah.
Cavill
Cavill.
statement too, saying no, Henry Cavill definitely is not done playing Superman.
Yeah.
So nobody knows what's happening over
Yeah.
at DC, except for that probably there will be an Aquaman 2
Yeah.
and a Birds of Prey movie.
Yeah.
Speaking of Birds of Prey,
Oh, remember we were talking about... Sorry, I ruined your segue. We were talking about it last week. We were talking about how movies for DC next year is Shazam, and none of us mentioned that Joker is next year as well.
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Comes out in October next year.
That's right. But
So
it's
do
not
you-
like in the same
once they-
universe.
Until
It's
it
in
makes-
its pocket
Until it
universe.
makes $600 million, and they're like, yeah, he's in the universe. We're going to get rid of the blue eyebrows and call it good.
What if it sucks though? Like, what if it's trash?
They won't add it in.
Like, what if he's worse than Jared Leto's Joker?
It doesn't matter because they didn't spend enough money on it for it to actually bomb.
What's the budget on that movie?
Like $50 million.
That is so awesome.
Anyway, speaking of Birds of Prey, 5 minutes ago, Victor Zsasz was cast.
Oh.
Awesome Batman villain.
Yeah.
I don't remember who, but I don't care. So, but just that we're getting Victor Zsasz is awesome.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Also, a comedian, Ali Wong, apparently has a role. I don't know if you're a fan of her or not, but she's in the movie too. I don't know who she is.
The dopeness.
Casting. When does filming start on that? February?
I think it's supposed to be
Winter?
January. It's either late this year or early next year.
Okay.
So that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that, actually. I think more than I'm supposed to be.
So the big topic of our episode is Aquaman, and they're in the news right now as well. It's already made over $250 million overseas.
It's crazy.
Which is nuts because it's not even out domestically yet.
Yeah.
And then it also made $3 million from the Amazon Prime screenings.
It's had Adam's and Amazon's highest.
Yeah, ticket pre-screening sales ever.
I want to know Amazon's free trial sales.
Oh.
Because I bet a lot of people are like, I'll take Amazon Prime, go see this movie. Cancel Amazon Prime. I probably would have done that.
It's still gonna end up being. It's a good business decision for them still.
So I want to set an over/under for Aquaman. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
Because of this news story. So the over/under is going to be set at 900 million. Are you going to take the over or the under?
You're under.
I'll take the over then, just to go against Brett. Makes it more fun. Over, baby. Right. It's going to be 902 million. Exactly.
I didn't. Here, real quick.
I'm going to take the over. I think it's going to make almost $1 billion.
That'd be awesome.
I really do. Like, if you'd have told me, and I'm saying this really early, but if you'd have told me that the first movie to have a chance at $1 billion in DC's lineup was Aquaman, I'd have been like, oh, what? But I mean, 250 million before it's even out in the U.S., that's crazy.
That is pretty crazy. What's he looking at?
Oh, Wonder Woman did 821.
And I think Aquaman's pace is, like, overseas is a lot higher already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wonder Woman had good legs over the summer, though. And with the competition Aquaman has, I just don't think it's gonna. I could see it hitting 800, but I think that's a pretty high number. I think like between 700 and 750 is probably where I would put it.
I would put it at about 800.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah,
but he said 900, and I'm going for it, baby.
Hammer the over.
1.5 billion.
Oh my god.
More than Infinity War. No,
it's gonna do well, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, I heard a fun fact. About
I'll
talk about later.
Yeah.
There was a guy at my work. He has stock in Disney, and he was reading an analyst. I was trying not to say anything wrong. He was reading like an analyst's projections for next year, and they think Captain Marvel could make them $1 billion. And I was like, no, I don't think so.
I would put it right next to Wonder Woman's.
Do you want to see?
There.
Oh, I don't even.
I think it's gonna make Ant-Man money.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like
no,
600.
I think it makes. What did I? Oh, I think I wrote my. I have Disney's movies and I have my estimates, but I think I have them all domestically, not total.
Yeah.
So, because I think domestically, I thought it would bring in about 3 or 350, and then overall, I would put that probably at 600.
Captain Marvel.
That's where I think it'll be.
Yeah.
Ant-Man money.
Is that Ant-Man money? I don't know how many Ant-Man.
I'm gonna say $727,363,428.
Okay, let's move on. We're
Oh
spending too
yeah,
much time.
Ant-Man
on
and the
box
Wasp, 6/22.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
land.
that's about it. Yeah.
And that's still good.
It's not certainly not bad.
You might know more about this, Tyler, but there was lots of casting in Stargirl over the weekend for DC Universe, and Joel McHale is going to be Starman.
Mm-hmm. Lou Ferrigno Jr.
We've met his dad.
Yeah, we interviewed his dad.
What's up, Junior? We know your dad. We're best buds. Let's hang out.
He's gonna be playing Our Man, and then Dr. Midnight was cast as well.
Mm-hmm. The Justice
Society was casted, which kind of makes me change my tune on what kind of tone the show might have. It seems like it's going to be more superhero-y than I thought. Superheroine.
No, it won't be as timey-wimey, mind-bendy, but I kind of get Spider-Verse vibes.
I'd be okay with that.
A bunch of more experienced people showing the new girl what to do, but it's going to come down to the new girl, and she's going to
save
kick
the
some
day.
butt, baby.
It's pretty awesome. I'm excited about that show, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Especially because, like, anytime somebody asks Jeff Johns what he's doing, he's like, I'm just focusing on making the best Stargirl show I can. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right. He's prepared. So, I'm out of news.
Did you guys see the poster for Us? Jordan Peele's new
I did.
New movie. Looks weird. Got some skizzers on the front.
With some leather gloves.
Yeah, so maybe doing some arts and crafts together.
Looks intriguing to me.
I guess the trailer is going to come on Christmas.
Ooh. Christmas Day?
I think so.
So we're all hanging out for a reaction, right?
No.
Aww.
I will be a little busy eating hot dogs. So
I'm confused. You eat hot dogs?
I eat
We'll talk about that next week, actually.
Eat hot dogs.
On our next episode. I think that would be a good topic for
okay.
next week.
Last thing. Venom screenwriter is working on the sequel.
No surprise.
Who cares?
Also, a Hellboy poster came out today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that looked pretty dope.
Yeah.
A new trailer on Thursday.
So many things.
Battle Rifle mentioned Captain Marvel is probably going to make $1 billion. I don't think so because Endgame comes out too close to it. I think that's going to kill its legs.
Which one will make $1 billion?
Captain Marvel. I think Endgame is 3 weeks later.
Yeah. No, it's like. But it moved into April.
Yeah.
So it's like. I think it's like right at 4.
Yeah, it's gonna kill any long legs that movie might have. But
they've got Dumbo between those two movies, right? I don't understand that.
Are we reviewing that on the podcast?
They just put that out to pasture.
Luke, you can miss that episode.
Thank you.
Okay, so before we get into Aquaman,
Brett wants to address something.
We've got something really fun.
Yeah, we do.
Brett has something very fun.
Brett has something really fun, and it's called... Oh no! Don't look at that yet. So we had a tweet from Shorts King Joel about how he had no idea that Apple was coming out with a streaming service because it was announced this week that they acquired the rights to make new Peanuts material. Like Peanuts, the Snoopy and Charlie Brown gang.
And Lioness.
So... Sorry. So I decided to give this the good old Game of Thrones treatment.
Battle Rifle. You saw Creed 2. I saw Creed 2 again with Logan this weekend. That's another thing I did. Sorry. I'm sorry, Brett. I interrupted you, but I wanted to remember that.
You're fine.
Start over the streaming war story.
So. Sorry, you said start over. So.
Storage Wars.
We have here a map of Westeros, or as we actually call it, West Streaming. This is the world of West Streaming, and for many years, I have this all written, so I'm just going to read it so I don't F it up. For many years, this continent has been ruled by the House of Netflix after seizing it from the Blockbuster Empire and the DVD clans. But winter is coming, and a number of houses are rising up and moving against the capital in an attempt to claim the widescreen throne for themselves.
I might want to copyright this story. Somebody's going to steal this.
In the north, House AT&T brings the House Warner Brothers under its flag, and adds HBO, DC Universe, and a new Warner Brothers streaming service, which is not already out, to its already powerful DirecTV army. They are a formidable opponent. Do not underestimate the King of the North. House CBS seems content to let others fight for the throne. CBS All Access is a strategic defensive move, while licensing Nickelodeon and other IPs allow for flexible alliances with other houses. To the south, House Amazon quietly lays in wait, ready to pick up the pieces of houses that fall in the battles north of its border. They understand that playing the long game is key to winning this war. Off the western coast, House YouTube's weak attempt at a power grab already seems over as YouTube Premium dramatically scales back. However, with their powerful distribution platform, they could be a key ally in the endgame. House Comcast, a power player on the continent across the sea, still needs to decide how it will use its many resources and Xfinity army. Another force to be reckoned with across the narrow sea is the Dark Mouse. Disney. It's been slowly building its armaments up with acquisitions like Marvel and Lucasfilm. And now, with the great cavalry of Fox in complete servitude, it's painting a target on Netflix.
Oh boy.
Finally, the threat no one really sees coming. A tale, they say, to frighten children. But it is no myth, for north of the wall lies Apple. It doesn't care about the throne, but with its legions it will wash the world white. Winter is coming.
Sounds racist.
Of course, there are many other smaller houses that will still need to take sides or bunker down. But when the dust settles, only one will claim the widescreen throne. And who do you think it will be? Oh, thank you.
Yo, that was lit.
That was really good. You need to post that on Instagram.
I recorded it separately, so yeah.
That's
fun. I had a lot of fun writing that.
That's awesome.
So
let's make a movie about it.
All in all, there's about
I want to be Apple though, because I just don't want to care.
5 key.
Can I be Amazon so I can?
We've got like 5
release the Expanse?
Like big players, being Netflix, Amazon, Disney, AT&T, and Apple. Those are like the big players, and then like some of those other smaller ones have kind of tried to do things. Disney's got Hulu, and they'll have Disney Plus. AT&T, like I said, they have DirecTV, which is more of a live streaming thing, or a live TV than streaming. But now with HBO, DC Universe, and whatever this new Warner Brothers service is going to be, like, it's going to get crazy. But
bring it on, baby.
If you guys had to pick one, who do you think is going to come out on top in 5 years?
The one that's already on top.
Yeah,
Netflix?
I'd pick Netflix.
Yeah. They've invested a lot into their own original. They saw this coming. They've planned pretty well, actually.
You hear it a lot with football, too. It's a copycat league. Like, same with this. It's a copycat move. Everybody's going to be trying to make their own content. Everybody's going to be working to acquire the little guys. Like, it's all going to be the same. And by the end of it, everything is going to basically have the same things. Like, it's all going to be about taste. Like, if I want Disney movies, I'll get the Disney one.
Right.
If I like Netflix's exclusive content, I'll get Netflix. Like, that's just how it's going to work.
Yeah.
But I think typically what you see is the one who is ahead of the curve usually stays ahead of the curve. Mm-hmm. So I think that gives Netflix a big advantage.
Yep.
Sounds good.
I'll never get rid of Netflix because they have Voltron.
Thank you for writing that.
That was so cool.
Thank you for indulging me. I would love to do more things like that. We'll see maybe if we can have other fun topics.
Yeah, we have stuff that applies.
Thank you, Joel.
Yeah, that's a good question, Joel.
For presenting us with that question.
If you guys ask questions like that, Brett will give it the storytelling treatment, and we will hire Morgan Freeman to read them.
Yes.
Courtesy of Battle Rifle. He said he'd pay for it.
I like that suggestion.
Oh, good.
Yes, Battle Rifle, the Redskins did win yesterday. It was very enjoyable to watch, and I'm very happy about it. Just like I'm happy about the topic of this episode.
Oh, is it time?
It's time.
Oh, it's
Chiefs
time.
blew it.
Oh, the Chiefs? Is that our main topic?
This is not Tropical Sprite.
Please no.
This is Dr. Pepper.
Ugh, good man.
and it's delicious.
I have blue Powerade.
Also delicious. You ever put Sprite in your blue Powerade?
No.
You should do it sometime.
Okay.
I promise, it's really good.
Actually, I might have had that last night at a Christmas party.
All right. Well, yes, it is time to talk about Aquaman. We got to see Aquaman on Saturday night at a Amazon Prime screening, and we celebrated much like Luke is doing currently. Before we get into the movie, I thought it was really cool to go to like an advanced screening of something. Yeah. Like on the screen when you walk in, it says, "Welcome to your Amazon Prime exclusive scring."
I'm glad you guys could finally experience that, you know.
I should have already experienced it, Luke. I just thought it was really cool. I'd never done anything like that in terms of movies. So I look forward to doing it again. Like in the future, seeing movies in advance.
Did you guys get an email from Amazon today?
Did you get an email?
I got an email that was like, "Hey, we want your feedback on your recent experience with that." It was pretty fun.
Did you fill it out?
I did.
Did you tell them you loved it?
Yes.
Good.
And that they should do more.
Good. You're a good man. Should do them all in Wichita.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Our theater was very full, like nearly sold out. So, like, it's a good, like, Wichita's a great market for that.
We have one of the, like, I know we didn't see it in IMAX, but we have one of the best IMAXs in the nation.
Yeah.
I think, like, I don't know if it still is, but for a while we had the biggest screen.
Yeah, it's not anymore, but we have a great IMAX. We've got cheaper tickets than some of the bigger cities, and we've got people who want to go out and watch movies. So it's a great market for that.
We have a parking lot.
We have parking lots.
Which I know that in LA and stuff they don't. They have to park a ways away
and walk, find a garage.
So that's just another bonus.
Yeah. So, who wants to start with their... I mean, I figure we'll do our kind of like tweet, quick reviews, give our ratings, and then we'll go into some... We'll keep this all non-spoiler.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Because we know that...
It's not out yet, so...
No, yeah.
Yeah, we don't... Dana was like, "Are you guys going to do spoilers?" And I told her, yeah, because I thought we were. And then Luke was like, "No." And I was like, "No, we're not doing spoilers." And it was funny, like, going to work today, because, like, people never saw it, and they're like, "How was it?" And I'm like... Yeah. I don't want to tell you guys because I want you guys to go see it.
Oh, Battle Rifle, you work at Regal? Hook us up.
What?
What the heck, man?
You work at Regal? Dude,
You've been holding out on us.
You got to hook us up with something. Come on.
Get us one of them Aquaman posters.
Yeah, Regal is actually our local theater that we go to, so that's awesome.
Bought out our old theater.
Bought out the local chain.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Our tweet. Brett, you go first.
I have.
You're asking who wants to go.
A couple sentences. I'll say, this is a step in the right direction for DC and its films. It's an epic movie that I think, I'll start with my negative, would have been better as a two-parter, but is still super enjoyable. It's a ton of fun. It's the best example of what I'll call modern mythology I've seen put on the screen. It's full of magical moments, bizarre and wonderful creatures, and characters that, like, back to this modern mythology, they feel like Greek gods come to life.
Wow, my tweet response is not near as good as that.
Me neither. I used a lot of slang in mine.
Mine's like really short.
I was on a writing kick today, so I embellished.
Dude. Your notes are like lengthy, man. Wow.
Y'all was dope. That's what I have.
Yeah, like my notes for like a character thing is like black expletive manta. Like mine's not near as good. My tweet reaction to the movie was tons of fun, spectacle of a movie, and up there is one of my favorite DC movies.
Yeah. Nice.
So I tried to keep it like real short.
My bad.
No, you're good. You're on a writing kick, man. You do your thing.
I'll just describe it as it's Star Wars underwater to me.
Yeah.
It's just epic, grand adventure in a sci-fi world that is actually just in our ocean.
Yeah.
And it's epic, fun, beautiful movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I like that it's Star Wars underwater because it really does have that
That feel.
Especially with like specific scene.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, it just feels like some of those moments from Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm thinking back, and I don't think this is spoilerish at all, but I'm thinking back to some of the shots, not the story, the shots of like Naboo and the Phantom Menace, and like those city shots of, and like how they recap. You see a little bit of that in the trailer of Aquaman, of Atlantis, and like it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
good.
It was funny. Like somebody today asked me, "Oh, what did it look like visually?" And I was like, "It looks really good. Honestly, I think the scenes underwater look better than the scenes above water." And somebody was like, "Well, they got to make the scenes above water look bad, so the underwater scenes look better." And I was like, "You might not be wrong. Like I don't know, but yeah, visually the movie is
gorgeous,
insane, insane to look at."
Yeah.
Should we give our ratings and then go into pros and cons?
Sure. Go ahead.
This is a fanboy worthy. I think for me, it's maybe a little bit lower of a fanboy worthy because of I think some of my cons are a little more serious. But man, go see this movie. It's fun. And now everyone, I'll just come sit over here. It's fine.
I like Luke more.
Yeah, he does.
I've been shunned.
I'm always the bad guy, so it's nice for it to be you.
You're always the bad guy?
I think so.
Star Wars gets brought up every other week, and I'm always the bad guy.
I mean, it depends who's watching.
This is true. Back to Aquaman.
Luke, you go.
I have to start this off with a asterisk. I am super biased towards Aquaman.
Yeah.
Aquaman is one of my, if not my favorite character. So I saw an Aquaman movie and it was super awesome, and I want everybody to see it.
Yeah.
And I think it earns it too because it's beautiful, lots of fun. Man, a 10-year-old watching this would just be like, "What?"
Did you see the kids in front of us?
Yeah, we had some
they
kids.
were loving it.
Yeah.
Like, I think anybody can just have a great time watching this movie. It's booyah. It's booyah for me. And everybody should just see it. See, stop making fun of Aquaman, dang it!
You're peeking.
Sorry.
Don't lean in when you yell.
Sorry.
I'm the bad guy again.
I don't need to announce that I'm biased towards Aquaman to say that this is a booyah. Between the 10-year-old kids who are loving it and you could see them just enjoying every moment, to the old people that we had a good amount of in our theater, clapping at the end of the movie tells me it's a booyah.
Mm-hmm.
More so than my own enjoyment of the movie. Like, there's 10-year-olds and then there's 70-year-olds loving the movie, and I was like, that's good. That's what you need in a movie like this. So I give it a booyah as well.
And like,
I can't wait to see it again.
Oh, yeah.
Thursday in IMAX, baby.
Yeah, and we saw it in normal 2D. Not even on the preferred way we like to see it, and it's still a gorgeous movie, which is got me even more excited.
Thursday's gonna be
you all throwing shade over here at me, but I am super excited to go see it in IMAX.
I'm just looking at you because
it's okay.
But like, shoot, what was I gonna say?
I'm kidding.
I was gonna say, like,
you can grab his hand.
It seems like
hold your hand too, though.
No, I don't know.
It seems like fun.
Traitor.
Fun has become a kind of a bad word.
No.
I feel like with movies, because you'll read a review and people will be like, "It's fun, but it's not very good." Well, what did you want?
Did you want it to be really good and boring? Because those movies exist.
Like, that Super Bowl was a lot of fun to watch, but you know what? I just didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
What? What did you want? Like, I don't know. Like, I just...
Tyler wanted the Redskins in there.
Well... Let's not get crazy.
I would cry. Actually, Dana, I hope you listen to this. Dana has said if the Redskins make it to the Super Bowl, I can buy tickets.
Oh!
So, it would not happen this year if they made it, though. Actually, it would have to happen. Josh Johnson.
But, like, I don't want to... I just want to stress, like, how fun it actually is.
Yeah, no, it is. Sure. It is a ton of fun.
I think...
The smile on my face never broke once during this movie.
Yeah.
Unless I was doing this. Like, because I was just so excited because I'm seeing things from these books happen on screen.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, 10 years ago, nobody would have ever thought would have actually happened.
Right.
Aquaman was still kind of a joke 10 years ago because
Yep.
the New 52 hadn't started. I mean, you had the Peter David stuff and the hook hand and long hair, but...
Right.
The Jason Momoa Aquaman from back in the day.
Yeah, nobody... Everybody was still watching Robot Chicken Aquaman at that point.
Yeah. I think what we'll be saying, I don't know, 5 years from now is Aquaman took a leap in doing an underwater world movie because we really haven't had one. Not to this.
Not at this extent.
Depth.
That's
Like,
for sure. Oh, I see what you're doing there.
No, it's
Wah, wah, wah.
but no, like I think it's kind of groundbreaking in that realm of underwater storytelling.
Yeah.
Because I really can't think of anything like it. I was trying so hard all day long. Like, is there another movie like this in terms of like being underwater? And there's really not.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll talk more when I get my pros.
We should jump into those.
Should we do cons first?
You want to do cons first?
I'd rather start with the cons.
Let's do cons first.
Get you all yelling at me out of the way.
I won't yell.
I feel like we should start with our cons more often.
We probably should.
So we can end on a positive note.
Ending on positive
so
notes.
Luke isn't grumpy.
Yeah, let's do that. Brett, you go first.
Something I mentioned. I thought the plot was a little too large and strung out. And what I mean by that is, without spoiling anything, he goes to a lot of places, and even the non-main characters who aren't with him go to a lot of places, and it just kind of felt like there were a lot of places, and the movie could have been served better by just trimming that down a little bit. And you would have had to lose some things, I get that, that you could have incorporated into a sequel still. Mm-hmm. I think you could have dropped one of the villains. There's 2 villains in this movie.
Absolutely not.
And I think you could have gotten away. I think you could have.
You could have, but it wouldn't have been as good.
I disagree because you could have focused on one more.
One of the villains is actually pretty important to the other villain.
Mm-hmm. Their stories serve each other.
And unfortunately, that's kind of a spoiler.
Yeah.
And it happens pretty early on, too, which is crazy, but... We'll have to talk about that more.
We'll talk about it in like
talk.
our spoiler cast. Yeah.
So
go ahead.
I just want to get this con out of the way. Pitbull's song is absolute trash. It was okay. I said I smiled through the whole movie, not during this song. It was bad.
Yeah.
It's a cover of Africa.
Yeah, it's
and
pretty
it
bad.
Sucks.
Yeah.
So just want to get that one out of the way.
My biggest con for this one is I feel like the movie somewhat lacks emotion. Like some of the emotional storytelling in Wonder Woman was really good. Aquaman, like I never felt, I don't know, every movie has a moment where you kind of feel sad. Never really felt sad in this movie.
Yeah.
Or solemn, I guess would be the word.
So sad, or another way I would describe that is
like
afraid for the characters, right? Like, you either have a sad moment or you have a moment where you're like, I feel bad or I fear for the characters, either emotionally or physically.
I mean, I felt bad for Aquaman at times, but I think because of his demeanor throughout the movie, it took away from the emotional beats they try to lay out.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
It's hard to talk about it.
And so what I'm saying, back to my previous point, is I think you could have had that if you had had a tighter film that allowed you to focus on the emotional aspect of things more, of the relationships. But again, that's just my opinion.
Trying to figure out how we can answer all these questions that are coming from Battle Rifle. Did Aquaman talk to fish? Yes, it's in the trailer.
Kind of.
He communicates.
He doesn't actually talk to them.
That's in the comics too. He doesn't talk to them because they're not sentient beings. It's in that one.
Just read them off.
How is the CGI?
Great.
It's great.
Phenomenal.
Same team that did Infinity War.
So another con that I had was young Arthur Curry. I didn't think The one that actually has speaking lines.
The teenager.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say teenager or kid, because I thought kid was fine.
Yeah.
Teenager, though.
But, I mean, he's just held by his dad, so...
Well, they have the scene,
Also, there's another one.
the scene in the trailer.
I just didn't think his performance was that good. I mean, and he's a really small part, but it kind of was like, oh, okay.
It was like whiny teenager.
Yeah.
He was not good. He looked the part, though.
Yeah, he did look it.
Yeah. And then also kind of along that same line, I feel like parts of the script, they were just like, we need a line here. And it doesn't... and like the actors, I thought they did the best they could with that line. It just wasn't.
It just didn't work, right?
So that's one of my also. It's on my con list is, and I think a lot of them were jokes that were like.
One of them wasn't for me.
One that was thrown in, like there's a lot of jokes that were thrown in. That some of them I was just like, not really working for me. But
yeah,
I'm sure people enjoyed them. So.
Yeah.
You have to tell me which line you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
I'll go. My last real con is the again, non-spoilers.
Careful.
I mean, it's in the trailer. The stakes are so high. We've got another like end of the world stakes movie, which DC just really likes to do. I mean, most superhero movies do it these days, but I think the best movies that have come out of the last 3 years have been the ones that mix that up. Something like Black Panther, where that's way more like just their nation is really, I mean, granted there's like bigger war that's implied, but this is again like we have to invade the surface world and we will destroy them all. And I think again, the story could have been served to tighten that down, and if it had just been about uniting the 7 kingdoms versus just preventing a massive war.
All right, so I'm going to rebuttal against this.
I was going to say, if you don't, I will.
In Black Panther, they're sending out all their people to...
The war dogs to go...
And in this...
In the world.
The war is only... Never mind. Like the surface isn't involved in this movie. And I feel like a really good comparison to this movie is Black Panther.
Okay.
With how the nation that is hidden kind of can view the outside world.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people that are against them. There's some people that are for it. And they go against each other.
But Arthur's only motivation is to stop the greater war. He doesn't even. I'm gonna pause that. His motivation is less about who he wants to be in Atlantis, and more about he just wants to live his life as he has been.
Okay, I got you now.
There's my.
Okay, I got you now.
Edited comment.
I feel you.
But that's my last con.
My last con is kind of similar to what you said about making the movie a little bit tighter.
Mm-hmm.
There's some scenes that are kind of a little long. Like, we probably could have gone without this, but otherwise, I don't really have too many complaints.
Yeah.
Could have taken out like 20 seconds of that Africa song.
Like all 20 seconds of it in the movie. I thought the pacing was fine, though.
Really?
Even though it was a little long, I felt like the pacing was pretty good.
Yeah. So,
happy time?
Happy time.
Pros.
Yeah, it feels sad now.
Well, once you...
Guys, there's a lot of good things about this movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good things about this movie.
Why don't you go first then, Fred?
Sure.
I dubbed thee first.
We talked about the CGI, how good it looks. Like, I'm just going to double down on that. I think this is the best looking CGI work to date.
Woo!
You get because
hot take
because literally every frame of this movie. I mean, there's gonna be a few frames that weren't touched. Every frame today's age was touched.
You have earned your high five,
but,
friend.
All right,
but
so I'm gonna bring in this fun fact I have. There's 2,400 effects shot in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to know what the movie with the most effects shot is?
Oh, I feel like I know this. I've heard it, but tell me. I'm curious.
Furious 7, a James Wan movie.
Yeah. James Wan did that one.
Yeah.
But I think it's hilarious that Furious 7, a movie about racing cars, has more CG shots
than
Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Which
Yeah.
is a movie about being underwater.
Yeah.
It goes to show how well a actual set blended with CG can go.
Yeah. Which
is a big failure of the prequels, the Star Wars prequels, because they didn't do that at all.
Right.
But it was actually on DC Daily. Today's episode, I saw this. And they had the dude who wrote the book For the Art and the Making of Aquaman. Did you watch this?
I haven't watched it.
That'd be a fun art book to get.
Yeah, I actually might get it.
That'd be dope.
But half of all the sets in the movie are actually real.
Mm-hmm.
Because James Wan was talking about he wanted his actors to be able to play off of stuff, not just a tennis ball. And he's like, it helps a lot when you can actually see the world you're living in. Yeah. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah, that's dope.
And I think it makes the CG look even better. Just when
you're touching up versus creating.
The episode is on YouTube. This part, I say go watch it if you're interested, because the dude talking about it has a lot of really cool information. He talks about the dry for wet stuff that they do. They're whenever they're doing shots that are underwater, they're not ever wet. They have to be bone dry.
Yeah, I do remember hearing about this.
And then whenever they're doing scenes where they're on land, they're soaking wet. Yeah. It's really cool. DC Daily's episode.
They had a lot of trouble with the underwater stuff because they would sweat. I remember hearing that's when I remember hearing about it, because the actors and actresses would start sweating, and they would have to stop to cool them off and wipe all the sweat off of their bodies.
Because you don't see sweat when you're underwater.
Right. Yeah.
I was a swimmer. I definitely know that.
That's wild.
I'll also in this category mention that the creature design. I loved how every new place we went, at least underwater, there were new creatures and new designs, and they all looked fantastic and believable, and as much as it can be.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'm gonna take visuals off my list since Brent talked about that. I don't know. But the action in this movie I thought was so well done.
Brutal.
And I feel like James Wan has a really good handle on that. I don't know who his stunt team is, but
they're very good.
They are good. Yeah,
they do a good job.
They throw hard punches, which really helps.
Yeah, it hits.
And they integrate the style of spear and trident fighting, and then also Mira's hydrokinesis into it. And I'd say, if this movie would come out 15 years ago, it would have never been that.
No.
Oh,
this
sure.
movie would have looked awful 15 years ago.
But even if it would have been on land, it'd been oh, Mira has these superpowers. Yeah, just let her throw a punch.
Yeah.
If she would have been in the movie, then she probably would have been help me.
Yeah, she would have been a damsel.
I will say her costume was still a little over-sexualized for me. She looks great in it, don't get me wrong. But I could have used her in some battle armor, I don't know what they wear, but some sort of crazy battle armor suit
that's actually
that is her battle armor.
I agree with you.
Okay, so I should blame the comics is what I should be doing.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the comics.
Her suit was ripped straight off the page.
Yeah. And actually in the sequel, I'd love to see her. It's more of a tank top version. And that's the version I prefer.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, it looks so much less restricting. Looks
yeah.
like she can actually move her arms. Where in this, I feel like it looks like she can move. She moves in the movie.
Right.
She even talks about it. She's she couldn't sit in her suit. She had a leaning board and all this stuff. And it's just make it a little more practical for the people.
For sure. I think that's most superhero movies. That's one of the most common complaints from the actors and actresses is the suits. While we're talking about suits, costume design in this movie is awesome.
Yeah. Woo. It really is.
Yep. Usually I don't mention costume design, but it is just wild to see all these characters you read about or watch animated shows with, seeing them in live action with their costumes looking like they're straight out of the page is just so wild to me.
Black Manta had his dome.
Yeah,
helmet.
Black Manta has the big
saucer.
helmet, and like
It was there.
like it's I think the set design and the costume design and just the crew behind this movie, I feel like just did such a great job. Stay through the credits and read their names. They deserve it.
Yeah, so many artists and
for sure. So that's what mine.
I just also wanted to mention in terms of action and their fighting scenes, like no shaky cam. Shout out for no shaky cam.
We had just talked about that too, didn't we?
We did.
Just in our Spider-Verse.
Yeah. And oh man,
and also Fallout,
it looks so good. And James Wan does a fun. He does a great job of tracking fights. So like, there's a couple of fights in this movie where it's just a long shot, and he's kind of panning around and following the fight versus just like
cut,
and it's just a lot of fun to watch.
2 in particular, that are just breathtaking. I'm not by my mic, sorry. 2 in particular that are breathtaking. One towards the beginning, one towards the end.
Yeah,
and I remember the one towards the end. I was like, "It's still going."
How is it still going?
But yeah, I agree.
Oh, my leg itches.
You good here, Chief?
I'll also mention cast.
Yes.
I liked everyone in this movie. My one note here is that my worry going in was Patrick Wilson, because I didn't know. I like him as an actor, but he's never the strongest. I mean, I don't think he was the strongest actor in this movie either. But he worked for me. Willem Dafoe was another one who I was like, I don't know, it's Willem Dafoe. I can't not see Willem Dafoe, but he did a good job.
Yeah.
And everyone, I don't know, everyone gave 110%. Like, you could tell that no one was just like phoning it in.
Like, oh, I'm here for the paycheck.
Right. Like, everyone seemed genuinely excited to be
Whenever
there.
I felt like an actor wasn't really there, I felt it came more from script than effort.
Yeah. Right. Because there are, like you had mentioned earlier, there are a couple of lines that you're just like, I don't know. But it's not because of how the actor delivered them. It's just because it's a bad line.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree with you.
Maybe we're not so different.
Visual gags are great for Wednesday listeners.
Sorry.
It's okay. I do it all the time. I did it before we had the YouTube show.
Any performance in particular that was your favorite, Brett? And Tyler?
I'll lead mine into my next bro.
Okay. I'll go before you.
I mean...
I'll go before you.
Go ahead.
Mine, I mean, it's just Jason.
Jason, yeah.
So
I think Jason's the
good.
easy answer. I was trying to think of one that wasn't Jason, honestly. Yeah. I mean, like I said, a lot of them are really good. I'll say I don't. Like, it's hard to choose. Like, legitimately, there's a lot of really good actors and actresses.
Everyone
in this.
except for Teen Arthur was good.
Yeah.
There was the teen queen who became queen halfway through the movie, not of Atlantis, of one of the other seas. She had like 3 shots, but I was also like, oh well, like she's not fantastic. I didn't think she was fantastic, but
oh, that reminds me. Look at the names of the cameos of some of just the voices they used.
Oh yeah,
some good ones in there. Like, one came out, the Julia Roberts one came out. There's some other really good ones in there.
So, for the limited, or you wanted to go, I'll let you go.
I said Jason Momoa.
Oh, gotcha. I would say Jason Momoa did great. For a guy who, this is his first blockbuster film, for sure, awesome to see him.
As the main lead,
Like, to carry it. But, the budding star that is Yahya Abdul-Mateen, man.
The second.
He's awesome, and he's got a lot going on. He was in The Greatest Showman. He was in this. He's in Us that Jordan Peele is doing. But just his portrayal of Black Manta was I think spot on and also very convincing. Like, I just thought he did such a good job, and I wanted more Black Manta, but this also leads into my next pro. I think Juan did a great job of balancing two villains. I know you thought it could have done with one, but I think he balanced it well. You don't think that there was no room for him. You just think it would have worked better with one, right?
I think he balanced them well. I just think that
maybe to shorten the movie.
If you needed to shorten the movie, I think you could have cut Black Manta out of it and saved him for the sequel. Mm-hmm. I think that's just I'm trying to make it even better than it already is.
What?
Yeah, I loved Black Manta in this movie. I just wanted more of him.
I'm gonna shout out Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
She doesn't have a lot to do in the movie, but what she does is great.
Yeah. She does good. I thought it was cool. We kind of talked about this off air, but it's exciting to see. It's refreshing to see a big star be excited about a movie like Aquaman. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like her experience going to Comic-Con and stuff, like you could tell she was excited to be on set, and like all of her scenes, you could tell she was putting 110%. It was just nice to see somebody like Nicole Kidman do that. Like, it was exciting.
Last pro is Atlantis. For me, it's so beautiful. It's my favorite of the different worlds we've gone to out of the DC and Marvel.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Yeah. Like, it's beautiful.
Can't wait to
it looks so good. I just want to see the ocean, more of the ocean. Mm-hmm. And that's like, it's one of the reasons Juan took the movie. He can literally just do whatever he wants under the ocean because we don't know what's down there yet.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. And like, oh my gosh, maybe you're going to talk about it next. But I'm just going to mention it now. Yo, the trench. What?
Yeah.
Boom! Nailed it. This book. It's literally called The Trench, Volume 1. It's what they're from. It's where they originated. Check out the book. It's really good. But they're awesome.
Yeah. I don't need to say any more. The trench stuff was really good. Something I think that was really cool that James Wan did is he brought the composer from the Saw movies and the Conjuring movies, who he's worked with his whole career, to do the trench scenes. Which I mean, it kind of tells you a little bit about what kind of scene it is, but I just think that's really cool. I love James Wan as a filmmaker. I want him to do a million more Aquaman movies.
Something we haven't mentioned, the score. I mean, other than Pitbull's awful song.
Yeah.
Like, other than that,
there's another song in the movie that like they made for the movie.
The Skylar Grey one?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it is
good.
It is good.
I've seen Skylar Grey. She's a songwriter. She's not like an actual performer, but she performed in Kansas City once, and I saw her.
Nice.
It was weird, but it was cool.
I do like her song. So I guess and it's on the soundtrack twice because there's a film version and an actual version.
Oh.
So I guess it like cancels out the Pitbull one.
There you go. Yeah. You still end up +1.
Yeah. But yeah, the score was really good.
The score is incredible. I think all of the characters' themes are really good.
Yeah. That's something DC has always done really well, is character themes.
Until Justice League.
Yes.
Okay.
Justice League's it worked for the movie.
But I'm talking DC over the years, not just the DCEU.
Since Williams back in 70.
Right.
I got you.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't limit to just the modern. You guys have more pros?
I would say overall the story was... I felt like I was going on an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Which was nice. I haven't felt like that in a long time.
It kind of
had... I'm sorry, you go.
No, I want you to go.
I was going to say, it kind of had Indiana Jones.
We are so connected right now!
Everybody at work who asked me, they're like, what's it like? And I was like, it's like watching Indiana Jones. I literally told people that at work today. Glad we were all on the same page there. Except I didn't get to celebrate with you guys.
That was amazing. That was amazing, Luke. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. It does, but it does, and
Going on
maybe
a worldwide adventure, trying to find something.
Yep.
They just didn't travel by map.
Yeah. No, and thank goodness we don't need any more map travel.
But
yeah, it just feels like a big. I think I'll say it, a big swashbuckling adventure. Like you just go on it.
You and your ocean puns.
I enjoyed it a lot. I cannot wait to see it again, and I can't wait to actually be able to talk about it at length. But
I'm like dying to see this again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do you have another one?
My last one is that it is this is a pro. It's a standalone film, and it's not bogged down by trying to serve a bigger universe.
Yeah, there are a few nods.
And there absolutely are nods. One of the things that I joked about with Stephanie when she was sitting next to me in the third act was like would it be cool if there was you just saw the bat flying thing kind of hovering up there, and then just see it jolt away nope, not dealing with this.
This one's not
that would have been fun, but it also it does nothing to service the story, and it actually takes me out of it, and there wasn't any of that to take me out of it and remind me oh, go see these other movies. And I kind of like that. It was a nice change of pace where I think Wonder Woman did it fine because it was a wrapper. It was at the beginning, and at the end, and the middle was just her story.
Mm-hmm.
But it was nice just to be this is an Aquaman.
It's a pirate term, man.
So,
look at this guy trying to make it weird.
Oh, battle rifle.
You just read the comment.
Yeah. I was like, what? I was Brett didn't say anything that makes it weird.
I would say lots of things that make lots of things weird, but not that time. Is this, Tyler, I'm going to show you this. Is that a spoiler, do you think?
No, I don't think so.
And not necessarily even the second part, but just
No, I think that's valid to tell people who are about to see the movie. For people who don't like to sit through credits.
You want to, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So there's one after credit scene.
One
it's
mid-credit
scene. That very much is...
It deals with Aquaman's movie.
Predictable. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
And then that's the only one.
It was
really good. I really enjoyed it. As somebody that's...
Luke and I both leaned over and we were like, it's going to have this and this. And then it hasn't. I was like, oh, we nailed it.
I mean, even for me who didn't see any... Who don't know I don't know the comics. One half of that was very predictable.
Mm-hmm.
The other half I don't understand, but that's fine.
I do.
Yeah. Well, that's when I leaned over, I was like... I asked you, I was like, is it going to be this? And you were like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. That makes sense. And then sure enough, it was like, oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah. And then there's nothing at the end of the end credits.
But you can listen to the music.
You can. Oh, no, absolutely. If you don't have to rush out and pee, just sit there.
Yeah, it is a little longer.
Enjoy the music and give some respect to the people who worked on this film.
Yeah, because it obviously took a lot of work. Are you going to ask the second part of that?
Sure, we can go in. Yeah, so obviously if there's nothing at the end of the credits, that means there's no extra DCEU tie-in reference at all. Like I said earlier, there's none in the actual movie, and there's not actually a end credits thing. Is that a nail in the coffin for the DCEU after what we talked about?
What movie does have that in the DCEU?
One.
Which?
Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, I guess it does.
Has the teaser Justice League in it.
That's right.
But
that's the only one that goes to overarching DCU.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't think Wonder Woman had one, did it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, it didn't, did it?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
They don't do that. That's not their thing.
Justice League.
Justice League has one too, I guess.
Yeah.
That one's dead.
That's the best scene in the
movie.
Yeah. Speaking of the DCU, well, where does this fall in your DC current movies?
I thought a lot about this today, actually. I hope I'm not the only one. Did you? Or do you know where it lands already?
I don't know.
It's pretty easy for me.
Right now, at this moment, I still have Wonder Woman at number 1 because it has the emotional aspect, which really helps. But I saw Wonder Woman 4 times in theaters, and I've only seen this one once. I've seen Wonder Woman a lot. I want to see it again. I'd
right now,
most of the time,
2 edging up in there into first.
It's like right behind Wonder Woman, if anything. But like most of the time, I enjoy the movie the second time more.
Even more, right?
Like, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if I even really mind spoilers anymore. Is that bad?
No.
Because like I know what's coming. Well, like okay, Thor Ragnarok. First time I saw it, I was like, second time, boom, loved it.
Yeah. That movie did get more enjoyable after. It's still not high on my list, but
I still haven't watched it a second time.
Oh.
I did not like that movie at all.
So for me, Aquaman comes in currently at number 3, behind Wonder Woman and Man of Steel. I have a ungodly love for Man of Steel, and I don't know where it comes from.
I do. It's a great movie.
I mean, it's a good movie.
Oh, say great. It's okay.
It's a masterpiece. Say it.
I won't say it's a masterpiece.
Yeah, I won't either. Well, I guess I kind of did,
but
I didn't mean it.
But like, it's solid, and those are easy top 3. And then like there's just it's way better than Justice League, which I mean, first off, it's way better than Suicide Squad, which is complete dumpster fire. And then Justice League, which I actually kind of enjoy. Like it still has huge problems that Aquaman just doesn't.
Jeez.
And then Batman vs Superman, the more time I spend away from that movie, the less I like it. I love moments in that movie, but as a whole, it just does not work. So yeah, it sits at a pretty easy 3 for me.
Yeah, it's my 2 right now, but I wouldn't be surprised it takes 1.
It's also my number 2.
It's my 2 favorite characters going against each other up there.
Yeah,
for the top spot.
It's my number 2 as well. Behind only Man of Steel.
Oh.
Yeah, I love Man of Steel.
So then I don't feel as alone anymore.
I watched that movie twice last week. I love Man of Steel. Seriously.
Yeah.
I've bought it 3 times.
Well, that's true. We did go looking for that vinyl.
Yeah.
That one day.
I absolutely love that movie. But Aquaman could pass it. The adventure feel of Aquaman I just loved it. I had so much fun.
It's fun, and in the not a bad way.
Right.
It's so much fun.
Right. It's so enjoyable. And I'll say it, probably a year ago, the word fun in a movie to me sounded terrible. I would always complain about that. Oh, of course it's fun. Like, I hated that. But as I've started to, I don't want to say critique more movies, but as I've watched more movies, I've learned to enjoy the fun ones.
Yeah.
And I have a different kind of appreciation for fun movies than I used to.
You also have to look at what a movie is trying to be.
Right.
This is trying to be
a fun
adventure popcorn movie.
Yeah.
It's not trying to be... Man of Steel is not a fun popcorn movie.
No.
It's telling a very different emotional story.
Mm-hmm.
And those two things can exist in the same universe, and they can both be loved.
And they can both work.
Yeah.
With each other.
Yep.
I don't know. Right now it's number 2, but I could easily see it
getting
being
up there.
number 1.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun. I cannot wait to see it again on Thursday in IMAX. IMAX 2D, the best way to see a movie.
I've got to go see a movie on Thursday, but it's going to be Mortal Engines because I still haven't seen that movie. Well,
I haven't either.
Because I need to see it for the show next week.
Yeah, so what are we doing? Oh, never mind.
Let's
get to the Fanbox.
Yeah. Oh, I have been very bad on our transitions today.
That's okay.
But it's okay. We got Fanbox right here.
I'm mad.
Did you write out Twitter already?
We didn't have like any Twitter.
Okay.
Twitter was like Seabull's question about, have you seen the Us poster, which we already talked about. Yep. We had a question from Zach Reed 54.
Search.
Who would win in a fight, Doctor Strange or Dr. Fate?
Ooh.
I read this question earlier, so I was thinking about it a little bit.
What versions does he say?
No, does not specify versions. Pick your poison.
Okay. If it's the classic Doctor Strange,
okay,
it will be way better fight, and it could go either way. If it's current run, like more updated version of Doctor Strange, but Dr. Fate's gonna kind of whip him,
obliterate him. I was gonna say
Doctor Strange classic beats Galactus with one word. Just saying, like.
So I know nothing about Dr. Fate, and so I did a quick Wikipedia search, and the one thing I saw in there was that he can't counter spells. Is that accurate?
You can just block him with a.
So like I thought maybe if Doctor Strange could just like barrage him, maybe he could like take him.
I mean, here's the thing about Dr. Fate. He's one of the most overpowered characters in the DC universe.
Yeah.
His helmet, the helmet of fate, literally just makes him invincible.
Yeah.
Like, just trap him in there.
I'm
trying to make it a fight.
He can teleport. He can get out.
Okay, well.
So
it sounds like Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate can literally pretty much do anything.
Yeah.
Kind of like classic Doctor Strange. That would be a fun fight.
Yeah.
It would be awesome. And I would not watch it because I'd probably be dead. From collateral damage.
I was going to say the whole world would probably be dead.
Yeah.
I like the question, though. I'd be down for some more like face-off questions. Those are fun. I'd say Dr. Fate, though. I'd put my money in that ring.
Yeah. I want to do a face-off episode someday, so keep sending those in. I think that would be so much fun.
We got some time to kill, I think, in January.
Yeah, we do.
With some weeks where there's... I mean, January is typically not a time when a lot of movies come out, so...
I think the only movie coming out is Glass.
In January?
Yeah. We'll want to review that, but... Yeah. We'll have some fun in early 2019. That's all we have for Fanbox.
Nothing on Instagram?
That was Instagram.
Oh, gotcha.
Instagram.
Our Twitter community has let us down this week. Don't let us down next week, guys. Yeah. Actually, we should talk about next week.
We should.
We will not, because it's the 24th here in America.
Yeah.
We are not having a live show on the 24th.
Mm-hmm.
Instead,
spend it with your families.
Yes. We are doing a show. Is it going to be live?
I mean, I guess we do it live, and if people watch, that's cool. But...
We're going to do a live show.
Saturday. Time TBD.
The 22nd. Yeah, time is still to be determined. I would guess maybe around the same time. It's going to be in the evening, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to be in the evening.
Not going to be in the evening. Shoot.
Luke says it's not going to be in the evening, so don't listen to me.
I'm not available.
Time to be determined, and it might not be live now.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out. We'll let you guys know on the social media.
You can follow us there at What the Fanboy.
Go check out our Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse review if you haven't yet, and comment and let us know what you thought of it. When you do eventually see Aquaman, hit us up back here. Let us know what you thought.
Yeah,
we will be doing a spoiler cast after the movie comes out.
Yes, absolutely. So
be on the lookout for
that.
Got things
to talk about.
Got lots of things to talk about.
To taco about.
Next week is going to be a fun show, whether it's live or not.
Yeah,
it's going to be our spectacular. I have a title for it. It's the What the Fanboy Spectacular Christmas Special.
Yes.
So
crossover confirmed.
Be prepared for even more set decoration.
Yeah.
And maybe some opening of gifts.
And I'm gonna have a Christmas sweater on.
Ooh, me too.
Yes, we'll have to wear it. Christmas attire.
It's nerdy.
Heck yeah.
So I don't know if we'll see you guys live next week.
It may be later this week.
But you will see us.
Well, yeah. You will see us. You can always check us out here on YouTube and on
Twitter,
on
on Instagram at What the Fanboy.
Find the podcast on Apple iTunes, or Apple Podcasts, Google Play, SoundCloud. We need to get better at this outro.
No, never.
Let's do it by the seat of our pants.
Heck yeah.
Sounds good. Until then,
we will see you guys soon.
Go see Aquaman.
Go see it.
Bye.
And Spider-Man.
Thanks for joining us.
High fives.